Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about this Remootio install that I did. It was about 6 months ago. So I've had this installed on my gate, and since then I've had a couple issues with it, and I want to talk to you about the issues that's in this video. So what I've had and I've got right now, it's disconnected. So right from the get-go, this box right here, I've got it disconnected. You can see it's unplugged, but it's still hooked up in the box. So I can plug that up and it will work, and it works great, but it does have an issue, and I'm going to be talking about that issue later on in the video, so stick around. So the first thing is the ghost controls. I wanted to talk about it. The remotes, they work great. They have really good coverage. It opens the gate from, I think they say around 500 feet is the range. So it looks really good. I've had no issues with the ghost controls, with these openers, the factory openers that it comes with. I've had no issues at all with the ghost controls, the operator itself. And I've also got the zombie lock on the end of the gate. Works perfect. I went with the double box with the double batteries from Ghost Controls as well. It worked really good, and it's still working really well. And then I also have installed this Ghost Controls. This is new for 2020. I think it just came out earlier this year, so there's not a whole lot of reviews about it. But Ghost sent me this, and it works awesome, and it works up to 100 feet. So you just basically drive up. It's wireless. It don't have anything, and I think it takes two C batteries right here in this transmitter. And it's got this little 12-foot cable. So it's got the transmitter right there, and then it's got 12 feet, and you put this bar right here, and it senses metal. So if you're on like a lawnmower, that would be the only irritation, that if you're trying to mow your grass and you get too close to this sensor right here, the gate will automatically open. So you got to keep that in mind where you place this sensor. But I've got my sensor placed right beside my driveway, and it's about 50 feet from the opening of the gate, so it works perfect. As soon as you get the front tires or the front bumper, in the width of my driveway is 16 foot wide, and this little bar right here, even being beside the driveway, you can be on either side of the driveway, and it works really, really well. I've had no issues with this sensor in the 6 months that I've had it. It opens the gate every single time, and I've not had any issues with it being wireless. The batteries, I've not had any issues with them running down or having to replace the batteries. The same with the keypad as well. So it takes two C batteries, and I've not had any issue. The keypad works really well. The other thing is you can bury this. It says at least 6 inches above ground. The control unit needs to be installed, and then you can bury the cable. It's got 12 feet. You can bury the cable approximately 12 inches below ground, and this will still pick up metal, and it works perfect. So the other thing is with the zombie lock, this is the other thing that I have installed on the end. It does take a little bit of fine-tuning on these Ghost Controls to get the exact open and close, because if you don't have it where it closes all the way, the zombie lock, basically within about 6 to 8 inches of it closing or opening, it has a little locking pin in there, and it retracts the locking pin, so then it can grab onto the pin at the end of the gate, and once it senses that it's in the closed position, it automatically locks. So if you have it too much, I've noticed that the speed of the gate, it'll open in under about 20 seconds. It's usually about 18 seconds to open. It will hit the pin so hard if you have it overextended, and it will bounce, and then the zombie lock will close, and then it won't be engaged. So it takes a little bit of fine-tuning to get that exact perfect measurement where it's perfectly on the pin, and then the lock will engage. So that right there, this thing works perfectly with the Ghost Controls. So the next thing that I want to talk about is this Remootio that I have installed. This works very well. The app is very well designed, and I've had no issues with the app itself or the actual control box itself. It can also work for your garage door, so it doesn't have to be on particular gate outside. It would probably actually work better on a garage door, and that's why, because it comes with this AC adapter. So if you want to show in here this box, so it has all these different adapters, and I'm pretty sure these are for like different countries and different styles, but that's the AC. If you're in the United States, this is the connector that you'd use, and it just basically twists on to this adapter, and it's got this plug. And if you used this AC adapter kit, which I have not, but the problem that I had, this would cure it, and I'll tell you why. Because the issue that I'm having is it has a approximately 500 milliamp draw just to run this Remootio box. And this box right here is always connected to the internet and always connected to Wi-Fi at the touch of a button. As you can see in my earlier video, you just click your cell phone and it almost does not have any delay, and it automatically sends the signal. If you see right there at the top, I've got my Remootio box in there, and it automatically sends the signal to that box, and that is wired into the opener for the gate control, which it's 2 wires, and it's the same signal as like if you had a ghost control, the little button wired in, it wires into that, and it opens the gate automatically, and it works flawless when the batteries are both charged. So what I noticed is it worked for about a month, and we had about 5 days straight of cloudy weather, and I have solar on my Ghost Controls gate with the double batteries. These are 12 volt 7 amp hour batteries, so this runs the Ghost Controls perfectly up until the point we had about 5 days straight of cloudy weather. It wasn't full sun, and I noticed the zombie lock, so the gate started opening just a little bit slower than normal, and a couple times it would stop short of the zombie lock engaging. And also the beeps, it normally has like 5 or 6 beeps, and they're normally the same tune and the same level of noise, but I was noticing the beeps were getting a little bit irregular, and they weren't as the tones were a little bit different. And that was the first thing that drew my attention to it. The second thing is it stopped working completely. So I drove up to the gate one night, I hit the button, nothing happened, and I could not get this gate open. I even tried resetting the power, resetting the entire system, would not open. So the last resort, I tested the batteries, and both batteries were low voltage. So what I ended up having to do was manually open the gate. I took both batteries to cure it, both batteries in the house, put them on the charge, charged them all night, put it back in, installed, worked perfectly. So then I eliminated the problem down to the Remootio was pulling too much power based on the 10 or 15 watt solar panel that I have, and these 12 volt 7 amp hour batteries, the dual. So in order to cure the problem, you would either need larger solar panels with more wattage and a bigger battery to be able to compensate for the Remootio, the amperage, the 5 milliamps that it draws. And I'm pretty sure that 500 milliamps is a constant draw to be able to connect it from the Wi-Fi. So that's pretty much sums up my whole review. I'm very satisfied with this product, even though it has that. So the other thing that you can run is a low voltage DC 12 volt wire from AC, and you can run that to like an AC 110 volt plug, but that would still involve digging a trench. I was really hoping to run this product solely off of solar, even though I don't think it's designed to, because most of this says a minimum, even right here on the box, it says minimum 500 milliamp current required. So in the future, I may invest in a bigger solar panel or a bigger battery box to be able to run this product. I haven't decided, but since then I do have this disconnected inside my box, and I'm solely relying on the push button garage door opener style for the Ghost controls. But something else that I did like about this product, and it was really nice to be able to see if your gate is open or closed away from your house. So if you want to get a little bit closer, right here I have a sensor installed right here, and it's kind of hidden, and it basically tells you on the back side whenever this sensor gets too far away and this operator spread, like, it opens the gate. So it tells me from this app, from a Remootio, that the gate is now open. And I really like that feature. That's one of my favorite features, and it's just a 2-wire to the box from this sensor right here. Really easy to install. I had no issues with it. They have pretty good support, even though that the company itself is not located here in the United States. But as far as Ghost controls, I've had no issues with their products, and this gate has performed flawlessly since then. If you have any questions for me or comments about this video, please leave them in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because there's a whole lot more coming, and smash that like button. Thanks for watching.